Well, with land 1 week away, there seems to have been a new update to the Splinterlands Mavs server, Mavs-SL.com. Looks like it's been reset as of last night, hopefully with a build that is the most up to date. Now, this is going to be what is close as possible to a live recording of getting everything set up and running and testing so you could see what it's like. There are going to be some things that we need to do to just test on this environment. As you can see, they've given us 10,000 credits or 10 million credits, 10 million DEC, 10 million SPS. And if we go to land, we'll see where people have not much testing has been done. And you can kind of tell because it's only to level or to region 5, which is kind of fun because a bunch of Peak Monsters people have region 5. So what we're going to right away do is claim region 5. It's got a lot of tundra in it. So we are going to get it, and that'll be kind of fun to have the same region I have in real life on this test server. So deeds registered, that already seems faster and cleaner than my experience in the past. So if we were to click on region 5, uh, let's see, a lot of white on there, a lot of tundra. I'm especially interested in this particular area because this is what I have a lot of in this area. So the other region I have is not going to ever be opened here on the Mavs server because it's in the 60s. I can't remember, I can't even remember the number of it, 90 something, 100 something. Anyways, so we're going to be doing some stuff over here, but in the meantime, to get things ready to be most efficient with time, what we're going to go to is mavs.peakmonsters.com. Remember, mavs.peakmonster.com. This is only for, obviously, for Mavs that can do some of the pre-testing, but for others, you'll be able to watch this sort of thing going on. Now, let's take a look at what they've given us. And I know that this is a new reset because in my cards, I have nothing. In the last one, I already did this. And in here, we've got 10,000 of each of these packs. Now, to do the testing, I'm not going to bother with Alpha, Beta, Untamed so much because I just want to do kind of quick testing sort of stuff. And one of the benefits of Peak Monsters is this bulk open packs, and we can do it with two different types, Rift Watchers and Chaos. And we'll have to add in, um, oh gosh, Rebellion, at least by December 8th, I suppose. But we're going to open all 10,000 of these Rift Watcher packs. And I'm literally just going to hit confirm. And you're going to see this number tick up 1,000, 1,500. And then I can come back here. That's already doing stuff. And obviously it's going to be annoying over here. But let's go to plots. And you can only open plot by plot. The problem is I need to access some the stuff over here, which is annoying because this is opening at the same time. So maybe we just wait for this to be done and then refresh the page. It is now done. And then we're going to confirm the transaction, load all the cards, and kind of get a recap of what I got in there. So just saved you, I don't know, that's probably 30 to 40 minutes of time right there. So, okay, since that's all done, we're going to refresh this because what we need access to, this is, and sorry to say this, but the UI is a little bit confusing here. I happen to know that I have to click this right here and then click the first one, shift click, what's going on? Oh, I could, oh, because I don't have a specific, can I survey more than, um, shift clicked it, and can I survey all 200 at a time? Nope, just 100. So that didn't really help much. We just need to go track by track. All right, now I'll hit survey. This is annoying. I don't know how to reset. Nope, just have to totally refresh the page. So, yay for usability things. Also, usability things that I don't really think that Splinterland should care too much about, but I would have loved to see a select all. Anyways, most people have already surveyed, so I guess it's not really that big of a deal that they spend time on that UX stuff, but anyways. So one of the other things that we're going to do is go over here and actually, so that we're not interrupt. Oh, let's look at the results. This is what I want. 31 gold foil legendaries and 75 of these. So that's awesome. Now I'm going to go and bulk combine. We're going to stick with Rift Watchers. We're going to go to custom. We want to max combine as many as we can. And we're going to do gold. Now we're going to hit preview. And this is what we're going to get. 30, 21, 4, and 4 legendaries. Not only 4 of the legendaries, we got enough to actually bulk combine. Emulation, Cane Haste, Sitzbut, and Scargore. So we're going to let that do its thing. That's 60 or so different cards that it's just going to bulk combine. As you can see over here, processing 1, 2, 3. So we'll let that do its thing. We don't need to look at these surveys. We're just going to go, I hate that you have to kind of go back to this. And I scroll top to bottom, hit Shift Select, and then I am going to survey these. Meanwhile, I can go back here and see where we are on the process. Still got a little bit of time. I would suggest doing these concurrently. And just to get an idea, um, I don't know. So yeah, they are opening correctly. Everything looks good. We're going to add in track 2, and we can kind of see surveyed rarity. Let's see how many rarity plus we got. Just the normal 2 of each, but I really just wanting to go until I find the castle, or I could just open, I guess, all of them. And we don't need to do that. And then I do like Peak Monster's filtering system a whole lot better. It's not as pretty, but it's a lot more usable. So, and that's fine because once I open, Peak Monsters is not going to do a deed surveying and opening system because most everyone's deeds are opened and surveyed already. So no use doing that there. So I come over here to Splinterlands, but I suppose after it's all kind of I suppose most of what I'm going to do and what most people are going to do on the 14th is going to be on Peak Monsters. I mean, I suppose we're not spending crazy amounts of time creating tons of land stuff, but we did a bunch of land stuff already, as you're going to see after we get this all set up. But right now, we're just in the setup. All the things I don't have to do on the 14th, I'm just doing right now. In the meantime, this has all been processed, okay? Now, what I want to do is see how many can be the next level down on this. So we're going to preview, we're going to hit start over. I don't know if I actually had to hit start over, but yeah. There we go. So a few more extra cards can be done at that next level down. So I started with whatever could be uh, total max. Okay, where were we at? And there's no quick way. I don't know why I'm seeing all of these. I don't, I just don't get this. Okay, this UX experience. It's a lot of going back and forth in different pages. It's all right, whatever. I don't have to deal with it in the real Splinterlands and Peak Monster stuff. I did it once. I'm done. Um, okay. It's now that I'm in a flow, we're going pretty quick, and I am very impressed by how much smoother and less errors there are right now with everything on this LAN server. I am way more impressed. It's much easier to test because of the lack of like node errors, so or whatever were happening previously on the test servers. We don't need to really combine, to level 2, but whatever. So we're going to preview. Does that seem like the right amount? Of course, 0 here. That makes sense. And we do have to hit start over so that we have so it's just a little glitch that I also don't think is important enough to solve, where you have to hit the start over uh, to hit both combine. So yes, I mean, in general, I know where a lot of our like UX concerns are on our website. But I also like that one right there. I just know how to work around it super fast, and it's pretty easy. And our users, especially users that have 10,000, things to combine, know how to do this sort of stuff. And you can also do this with Chaos Legion reward cards, just FYI. And I'm sure we'll add Rebellion in here. But at this point, I'm getting to the point where most cards that are going to be combined are combined. So there we go. We can also do the regular foil and let's just work on just the max ones. So start over. Sorry. Yeah, you have to do the little start over and then hit preview and then bulk combine isn't. Oh, I still have gold selected. Preview. All right. Okay, so that's a lot of cards that are about to get combined. So that can be running for a while, and we'll go back to here. And we still need to do the same thing with Chaos Legion. So give me a moment. Have I already done 7? Nope, they are unsurveyed. I'm sure that I've got my castle by now. I mean, this probability is 60%, I suppose. Confirm. I love the new speed of this for Petrod. This is great. Oh, I did get an RPC error. I was just like, the speed, and no errors, no RPC errors anymore. And then we got one. And a Tapos block summary. And another one. And this is unfortunate because normal, I would just like pause for a while, come back later. But I'm trying to record and figure out how long the setup of all of this so that users can test would take them. Just to get to the point of testing, we're just opening things. It's so far only about 14 minutes, so I don't know if I waited long enough to. Nope, internal error now. I don't know what that means. Obviously, it's not interested in telling us what that means, but we got a typos thing. Now, I think this is just a matter of wait and things will clear up. Maybe it's just some other person is testing things right now. I did just refresh the whole page, and now it's behaving itself. We're going to go back to 7 because we skipped 7 for a moment. Or maybe it was just coincidental timing that it worked. But now I'm like, we're going to probably get more RPC errors or not, or the refreshing helped. And there it is. So it's either refreshing helped or just coincidentally the timing helped. So if you are setting all this up, I guess you'll learn some tips and tricks, but the setting up to get ready to test, just to getting ready to test, it's probably going to take you 20 to 30 minutes. Now, hopefully this helps you save a lot of time because you'll know exactly what to do and you won't have any of those like confused moments. So we'll hit survey, and in the meantime, we've still got a lot of processing going on. Make sure you have a decent amount of what is it called? Resource credits on Hive, because they're all processing as blockchain transactions, but I have plenty, so I'm not too concerned. All right. Yeah, just a couple of RPC errors. I still am very impressed. Have we done all of these? I'm just making sure that they're all surveyed. I don't have like a track that has unsurveyed. Okay, so overall rarity 23. Well, to be honest, we don't really want to do that. We want to go over here and look at my land because these filters for me are just a little bit easier because that one was like legendary plus mythics. And we're going to view because I have it set to regions, right? So that means I have to click on a region. And then I can see how many legendaries, and we got 13 from 10, and I got 2 occupied, which is going to be fun to play with. A whole lot of tundra, which is annoying, but and then obviously I'll just have 10 mythics, of course. And you can kind of see up here too if you want to know. So, but out of 1,000, how many? I got 45 epics, and let's see how many epics that were occupied. I got 4 epic occupied, 2 legendary occupied. In real world, I have 0 legendary occupied, I believe. So it's kind of sad. Um, just 5 rares, and how many occupieds in general? 39. So how many are tundra? 579 of the 1,000. Um, how many are swamp? 73. How many are river? 60. How many are mountains? 102. Lakes? 97. Jungles? 0. That's funny. Hills? 1. 1 common hill. So you can kind of get an idea of, yeah, I'll show you once we start setting up. And you know what? We already have plenty of cards to start the setup process. We're still waiting on this to process things, so I don't want to do too many other transactions, but I could try it. I don't know if it's going to cause some conflicting because this is just pumping out the blockchain transactions, just tons and tons. Obviously, like we're talking 350 or so transactions that it's just working on, you know, every 3 seconds, adding in a couple of JSON transactions into there. So, what else are we interested in doing? I think that there's some things that we need to do here. We don't have any grain, and that needs to be set up over here, I believe, because yeah, it does. Okay, so we are going to transfer grain. We have none. They didn't give us any grain because they want us, I think, to buy grain. So we are going to get 2 million grain. 2,000,001. Nope, we're going to do 2 million. 2 million grain. We have 10 million DEC. We're going to need some for the shard crystals as well. So let's buy this grain. In real life, I've got grain because I got starter packs that included grain. So I did purchase them already. Let's see how this goes. Uh, Come on. Maybe it's being conflicted by this blockchain's transactions. What is the card I got the most of? 2,581 thugs. And of rare cards, I got 1,039 sea stalkers. I got quite a few. So this is what happens if you open 10,000 packs. Whew. All right, let's see where we're at. Still taking a lot of time. I don't know if that worked. It seems like it's still unknown if this worked. Maybe it didn't. To buy, confirm. I had to hit the blockchain transaction. A spell book. Are you kidding me? They didn't give us a spell book. Okay, so I like to go to battle, which will force you to buy a spell book. So we're going to buy a spell book with crypto. We're going to use dark energy crystals. Silly. Okay. It's part of the setup. Someone should watch the video and write down all the steps that is required. But they gave us 10 million DEC, so no more than 20 minutes. I'm sure it's going to be less than that. Okay, we're done. So now we go to land and we go to my region and then we go to grain and I'm sure transfer still, yeah, nothing there. So we're going to buy. I've done this a couple of times before. I just forgot about the start. Like, oh yeah, the stupid um, spell book thing. Got to do that. So a request canceled by the user. There we go. That's so weird. Oh, RPC error. Let's try it again. Well, it's spinning now, so that's better. Well, I don't know what's going on here. It's spinning and spinning, and I think I've signed the blockchain transactions that I need to. In the meantime, we're almost done here getting these cards. They're not going to be as high of PP production points, but you know, the fun part is that I mean it's more realistic than opening those um, alphas and betas. Those are pretty unrealistic PPs for most people. Don't have those. Obviously, some people do. So we're coming over here, we're refreshing, and we're seeing it really didn't work. I don't know if it's going to work eventually, but we're going to try it again. See if we get an RPC. Nope, you successfully purchased. Yay, that just took a couple of attempts. One of the other things we're going to do is purchase time crystals. We're going to do about 5,000. No, we're going to do 15,000. So let's buy, I don't know how many we need, but whatever, I think I can trade some DEC. Hey, that worked nicely. I actually really want more grain than that. So let's do another million. See if it's just running great when the iron's hot. Just keep going. Yeah, strike while the iron's hot. Total dark energy for this. We also have to stake in a decent amount of DEC. All right, we're staking that. So we have prepped. I don't know what that message said. I assume that it was correct. Yeah, 1, 2, 15,000, no research points. So am I all set up? This is all done too. One of the things that I could consider doing is here is, you know what? Let's skip this. I am going to do the Chaos Legion, but we can start playing with land already because we have, oh, we don't have power cores. And that's something we need to do over here. Go to any plot. There's no good place to find this. You just have to go into your first plot, and that's where you can buy power cords by clicking here. It is just a weird user experience, in my opinion. I just don't understand it. This is where we can get to. I mean, I understand it. It's not like horrible. I don't think I'm going to do more than set up 200 of these. So we are going to buy the 200 power cores. But if we go to Peak Monsters and we're not getting any Tapos RPC server errors from this test server, then things should go pretty quickly. Okay, I'm not going to set it up on Splinterlands unless you kind of want to see what it would look like. So we're going to add a power core, and then we're going to look for positive. What kind of land is it? What kind of land? Natural, common, tundra. So there will be no plus 10s. So I actually don't want to do tundras to start with. So we're going to go back here. So where are we looking at? 27-minute mark is where we started. We are going to go to tract 1. We're going to look for land geography. We're going to find lake, perhaps. Okay, there's an epic lake. How about we look at just all of these? Shift click does not work. Okay. Okay, so we're going to look at rarity of legendary and find non-tundras. So we got a legendary mountain. So this is the one we're going to go to. So at maybe the 28-minute mark, 28.3 is what we want to take a look at. I just know to click all those random pages and I'm finally to where I want to be. All right, so we are going to find plus 10s. So we'll add in this Mortius, Immolation, Dallin, Scargor, and Kane. So what do we have? 92,000 and energy required, which is fine. We have 1 million. And that is a honkin', yeah. So we're going to save. Oh, nope. We're going to hit cancel. We're going to add in the Burninator and add in, oh, we got to claim totems. So we're going to claim 10 because that's, you know what? 5 is realistic for most people. Don't claim more than that. That would be dumb. Legendary totems are very expensive. And there are very few people, like maybe 3 or 4 people that have 5. So epic, We could do like 50. Oh, they only gave us 10. That's not, that's fine, I guess, but 10 common is going to be weird to do. 10 rare. I guess you could do all the legendaries if you want, but it's just not realistic to do more than 5. And most people will maybe have one. Okay, this is another part of setup. Just saying, this is part of setup. This is just kind of what you need to do. Go to your first card, buy your first land, buy some cores, and then claim your totems. Okay. And this is something you're going to have to do on December or September or November 14th as well. So here we are at the 31-minute mark, and I just want to like time it. Okay, so we're here, which takes some time to get to the screen. And luckily it took us back to the one that we wanted to be on. So adjusted 1000. Okay, so it's 11,000 production, which is cool. 11. I don't know why it's slowing down now. That's weird. All it has to do is put it in this dang thing. I don't I don't know what's going on now. Oh, okay. So we got, you can't scroll over and see what these guys. Oh, you can. Worker 2. Doesn't tell me who that is. Demolition, Cispa, Scargor. Oh, that was faster now. I don't know why it was slow for a moment. They gave us quite a few legendary titles, which is interesting because very few people got that many. And with that awesome of cards, might as well put the legendary totem in there. So we have 144. I don't know. We're going to save changes. Took us a minute and a half. Well, we're not done yet. Hit the confirm. We're waiting. Do I have to hit a blockchain transaction? Nope. Okay. So this plot is occupied. It will receive a 100% bonus for SPS. I don't even remember it saying that it was occupied. I'm glad I picked an occupied one to be with such awesome cards here. That's awesome. Now I can use 1,800 time crystals to automatically build, but in reality, because I have such good cards, it's saying that it would only take 4 hours, 5 hours to, because my production rate on it is 144,000 per hour, and that doesn't seem to make sense because it needs 18 million. So does that make sense to you, or is that production per, is that production per minute? No, it's production per, is that production per minute? Um, Anyways, it took a little over 2 minutes to get to this point, but hourly production, hourly production. So the reality is there's some sort of like test function that's making this go faster because 18 million, I'm doing the math on a calculator, divided by 144, 200 means 124 hours. Okay, divided by 24, so that's 5.2 days is what it really would take. So it's they're being very nice, but we've got some 15,000 crystals, so we are going to build a shard mine. Make sure you select up here and build. Now we could go through this. Okay, we do have to confirm because blockchain transaction because we are using time crystals. So the shard mine has been constructed. So we go back over here, hit the refresh. it should already register when we select, we're in the region mode of viewing, and let's let's click on, yep, boom, done. All right, so there we go. It should already be creating stuff. Now, we don't know if we are where we're at here. If we hit configure, um, yeah, the production isn't showing up right now. That's something we may need to figure out. So the total production is 144, 200. Let's just double check that that is correct. It's saying 185,000, and I'm sure it's got some details in here to to manage 185. So we've got 144 on that third to last column. You got the percentages, total production, 185, and boosted 144. Oh, because it's occupied and so it gets boosted, or total production gets a little bit more because the base production is 38 and then terrain is 3. So the reality, or 3.2. So then you've got 41.2. And then with our boosted things, we've got 50%, 100%, and the legendary. So that's like 250%. Um, oh, they're saying 350. So one, I don't know why it's 350. Why is it 350? Oh, because the normal land is 100. So that's all the math, I suppose. Interesting. Okay. So because if it's a new build, there may be some different API endpoints that is making it so that we don't have harvestable connected yet. And maybe I could get him to work on that sooner than later. Um, uh, oh, total PP is 185. Where was I looking that it was? Oh, total is a little bit different from here to here. So now you understand what number to look at. This one up here represents something, and this down here represents something. So this probably should be, we just change these things around. So anyways, all right. So that took a couple minutes, and then we analyzed what the heck was going on. Now I want to show you some other fun stuff. We are going to look at just the legendaries. We're going to start with the legendaries. This one's already done. You can see it's powered. So we are going to say no and get rid of the one that got done. We are going to start with the Tundra, the occupied, is this is the system that I think is best. We already add the core for you. If you want to delete a core, you can for some reason. If you want to add a Rooney, that's fine. But in the test server, there's not really Roonies. What I like to do is make sure no negative bonus is selected. And if you're working with Tundra, which doesn't have a 10% bonus, make sure this is not selected, okay? In this case, we have a Tundra occupied. We don't want to use any negative bonus options. And really, we just click autofill and it will put the best stuff in there. And then I don't know why it's saying Rooney. Let me refresh the page. That is maybe we haven't done any changes, to be honest. So if something that was working is no longer working. It just means we have to reconfigure to whatever changes they made. Oh, look. So we're going to do this, and we're going to, we need to put the percentage in here, but whatever, Grandmaster. And then we're going to do autofill, and we're going to hit save changes. And there you go. So let's do, we're at the 4-minute 30-second mark. We open one, we hit totem, we're going to do an epic, we're going to do a incinerator, we're going to hit autofill, we're going to hit save changes, and 45. So 15 seconds is what that took. 15 freaking seconds. So you know how I feel now about 2 minutes versus 15 seconds. And I suppose we could, I mean, the other way, you could probably skim down some time and maybe get it down to 90 seconds. But here you could also get it down to like even faster, right? So I'm going to take the river, the lake, the mountain. Oh, mountain's already done. Occupieds. So I'm going to do these two. And we're going to add gambler. And then we're going to just do, oh, one thing you want to try to do is hit the plus 10 bonus only. So it's only adding in cards that will give you a 10 plus bonus so you can be really efficient. Now that's one strategy. Boom. And boom. In the meantime, I'm going to add the Burninator and the legendary here. We're almost done with all of our legendary titles, but this is a realistic thing. So we can hit save changes. I think you can hit save changes on both of them. And deed configuration broadcast, deed configuration broadcast. So you can do things concurrently and be waiting for them. So now let's take a look at our tundras. Or, I mean, we could refresh the page and look at just the not developed ones, which is just tundras anyways. I thought I developed this one. Let's autofill them all. Oh, we can't because 10 plus bonus is connected. So there we go. So we are going to use the last legendary totem and the high roller. We're going to save changes. And we're going to just double check that this works. So now we're into the phase of Jarvie is just doing his testing work while you guys have to watch. Ha ha ha. But now you know how to do testing and help us. So it is still showing up. Maybe we just didn't wait long enough. We can also go over here. A slot is required for all workers. That's weird. So it will sometimes give the error over here. So we can autofill and let's try it out. Oh, sorry, save changes. And then we come over here, see if there's going to be an error. I don't see an error. Slot required for all worker cars. Weird. Okay, some sort of little thing going on. I don't know if that's us or other. So we're just going to click natural, get rid of them all. And one thing that we can do, wait, let's actually close these all. Let's set the timer 44:30 and go. 5, 6, 7, 8 different deeds, and we are going to autofill, 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 and autofill. And then should we put in totems? A common totem, common totem, common totem. Anyways, okay, that's fine. Save, 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 save. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 errors, so none of them worked. So we don't know what error 36 is, and we'll just fix that up. But yeah, so like 30 minutes or so to set it all up, but you're going to see what it's like getting this all kind of figured out real quickly. Like, we are going to just look at ones that we developed, and it looks like it only worked on that one card that we did on Splinterlands. So, there was an update last night to Splinterlands, and we just have to change some sort of API call blockchain, help with the blockchain transaction, and somehow it's just coming up with a little bit of error. But there's the setup, there's how it would work, and then you can also go into here and hit harvest in the future, but that needs to be set up as well. Anyways, this is basically just the setup. One other thing that I am going to do is do bulk oaken packs with Chaos Legion. Take my 10,000 packs and open them. Boom. And then I'll do the bulk combine as well, because I would like to test this out. And then once we get it all kind of like set up again, working with the new release, then I'll do maybe another video showing you how to kind of like set them up. And we'll go back into Splinterlands, see how fast it really does. What's the fastest we could set up one? We'll do like 2 different land plots, see how fast it was, maybe without titles and totems, just boom, boom, and then compare it to doing 2 on Peak Monster. That's just part of the interest that I have. Um, uh, I guess while we're setting up, just this is interesting. It's fun to open up packs. What's more fun than opening 200 packs? Opening 10,000! And then we're going to see if how many gold foil legendaries we got. It says it may take up to 5 minutes, but I'm guessing it's not going to take nearly that long. So let's give it a shot. Just waiting. All right, here we go. 34, better than 31 from the Rift Watchers. And we will start to bulk combine, and it's loading the count data, which obviously a lot more cards in the count now. We go to custom, 10, 8, 6, 4, preview. Oh, we're doing the regular foil? Uh, let's do this. I like the gold foils more. Wow, we didn't get any bulk or yeah, any legendaries to the max. So it's just 30 something cards. Well, what happens here is Rift Watcher's a smaller number of cards in general, so the ability to combine more is going to be higher than in Chaos Legion, which is like 100 different cards, right? So anyways, that's that. We're going to keep this video under an hour. The setup is probably around 30 to 40 minutes if you do it really fast for the Mavs server. And then maybe tonight or tomorrow, more likely, we'll get a couple of things connected and working again for the final release so that people can test. And sorry, I just kind of want to wait for this to be done and drop it down one level. And you guys are watching anyways, and this is just kind of a repetition of what we did towards the beginning. But we'll show you here only 33 cards were combined. But if we go down one level and then hit this preview and then start over, it's kind of like a one extra click. It's kind of weird, but again, not worth out. Now we got 24 more cards to do and a lot of legendaries this time. Here we go. So, all right. Do we have most things that you were interested in seeing? I hope so. And we are done. I hope you enjoyed.